create work breakdown structure or create WBS, last process in a planning process group of scope management or a project scope management knowledge area. What is work breakdown structure? Before we get into detail, we need to understand a work breakdown structure. A work breakdown structure, a lot of time you may see it as an organization chart. Yes, it's in a hierarchical diagram, because most of us only see an hierarchical diagram when we see an organization chart. So work breakdown structure is an hierarchical diagram which helps us in decomposing or subdividing the work. So we may have a project. Work breakdown structure starts at a project level and we may subdivide into deliverables. Now, how do we subdivide it? There are various possible approaches. If we are following a phased-based approach, you will say that this is my complete project. Let us take an example of an IT project where you are creating a job site. You will say, okay, I will do a requirement analysis first, then I will do a development or design and development, and then I will do test, etc., etc. So these are phase level division of work breakdown structure. Inside a requirement, you will have module 1, module 2, module 3. So that is how you can create a work breakdown structure. For the same need, you may also create a work breakdown structure which is deliverable oriented. So rather than dividing in a phase, you say that in my project, I have a module called search, I have a module called vacancy management, or I have a module called profile management. And inside those modules, in a search, you have a various type of search like keyword search, location search, salary search, like that. So this particular WBS is decomposed. So what both are doing, they are decomposing the complete project scope statement into small manageable components, and there will be a hierarchy of decomposition. We are talking from a first level, second level, third level, the further decomposition can happen. In this, we have decomposed it on the basis of features or deliverables. We may deliver search first, then we deliver the vacancy management, then we may deliver the profile creation, or vice versa. Now, how do we create it? Before we understand how do we create it, we need to understand what do we need to create this work breakdown structure. Simply, we need to know what is work. Then only we can break the work. And from where we get the work? Project scope statement, an output of defined scope. And we also have requirement documentation, which we have received from collect requirement. So these two, scope information or requirement information, tells us what is the work. So we have project scope statement as an input, we have requirement documentation as an input. They tells us what is the work. But as a project manager, we also need to know how are we going to convert this work into a work breakdown structure. At what level of details we are going to go? Are we going to follow phased approach? Are we going to follow deliverable approach? Where it is documented? Scope management plan. So we need to know the how part, scope management plan. Like a lot of time you will think that first why I need to make a plan and then I will do it. If I know I am a project manager and I only have to create work breakdown structure, why I have to write it first that I am going to create that way and then only I am writing it. If you are thinking of a small project, I understand this is an obvious question which comes in your mind. But think like a big project where you are only creating this and somebody else is working on it. So for you to control the quality of his work breakdown structure, this is the only tool. So here only you tell that you need to follow this approach, you need to go at these levels, and then in a complete project, whoever is making this work breakdown structure in their respective modules, in respective geography, they follow the scope management plan. And we follow enterprise environmental factor and organization process assets. In general, they all will help us in finding out how to create this particular work breakdown structure. When we talk about tools and technique, it's a problem need to be divided, subdivided or decomposed. So the first tool and technique which comes into the picture is called decomposition. Means dividing the work into small manageable component. That's it. So how do you do it? You need to think about it. There is no ready-made solution which says that this requirement, decompose it that way. You need to understand the requirement, you need to see your scope management plan, you need to see your environmental factors, you need to take a template from your organization process asset and put your mind in it, and that is why we need expert judgment. So expert who understand the technique of decomposition, who understand the scope of work, who understand what the scope management plan is talking about, look at these two things and create a work breakdown structure like this. It is good to have a deliverable oriented work breakdown structure, because by completing some component, whatever I do, or even if in a phase wise thing, that the phase level deliverable should come here, and these deliverables should be mentioned in your project scope statement. So you know that this particular deliverable has these many sub-components, and once I am done with these sub-components, I can go for verification or an acceptance of that particular deliverable. Now, at how many levels we should have in a work breakdown structure? Should a leaf node end at a 10 days work? Should it end at a 10-month work? How do I decide? You decide looking at a scope management plan. Okay, how do I mention in the scope management plan? The factors behind it is the complexity of the project, the type of environment you are working in, and type of control you need in your project. If your project needs too much control, as a project manager you want to know the status of all the work packages as frequently, then you may give a guideline of dividing a work breakdown structure till at very fine-grained level. If you need a higher level control, you may not go at those fine-grained level. They may have their own way of further dividing it in their respective team, but here we may limit somewhere at the top. But wherever you limit, the leaf node of a work breakdown structure is called work package. And when we will do a time management knowledge area, we will divide this work package, or we will identify activities for executing this work package. So in a work breakdown structure, we are not talking about activities. We are not talking about that you have to go from here to there and then I will get this deliverable. No, we talk about work package, a component of a deliverable which work as a one unit. And the defined activities in order to get that package comes under time management or a defined activity process, which is a separate process, which is not a part of create work breakdown structure. So the leaf node of a work breakdown structure is work package. So what we get out of this? We get create work breakdown structure is a last planning group process of a project scope management. So it has to give us scope baseline. We get scope, very important baseline. Now what is scope baseline? It's an approved version of scope statement, also having, so we have scope statement inside it, we have work breakdown structure inside it, and we have work breakdown structure dictionary. These are the three components which forms scope baseline. And from exam point of view, we should be very clear that scope baseline is just not only the scope statement, but it also includes a work breakdown structure and work breakdown WBS dictionary. So what is WBS dictionary? WBS dictionary is a detailing of these packages or these WBS components. So every WBS component may be detailed in a WBS dictionary by way of, it may have an identifier, we have a description of this work package, what all will go inside this work package. We may also have a control account attached to it. Now, control account is a new term which we are using. It's an accounting code which will help us in controlling expenses under that work breakdown structure or a work package. So we may be spending money in various activities, but those activities can be rolled up and we can analyze that against travel how much money we are spending, or against given work package how much money we have spent. So we may have a control account in our work breakdown structure. We can have various other fields, like we can have an assumption related to that work package, we can have an acceptance criteria attached to that project, work packet or a WBS structure. So we may have an acceptance criteria. In some cases, we may have attributes like quality requirement. So we may have a quality requirement mentioned as a form of in a work WBS dictionary. We may also have budget allocated at a WBS level. We may have responsibility assigned, that who is the person or an organization who is responsible for executing this work package. So if you have a distributed environment, you may have work packages distributed across geography. So you should be knowing that who is responsible for finishing this particular work package. So such kind of details at a level which helps you in identifying and explaining a work WBS element can be included in work breakdown structure dictionary. Second output coming from create WBS is simple: update project documents. So you may update various project document, not limited to requirement related document, but requirement related document like requirement traceability matrix and requirement documentation may frequently get it updated on the basis of this work breakdown structure, because in requirement traceability matrix you would like to mention which WBS element is taking care of requirement, implementation of this particular requirement. So in summary, a process create WBS gives us a scope baseline, it gives us a work breakdown structure and a work breakdown dictionary.